practically for free. I just had to pay for postage because I've been a Patreon member since pretty much the start of the channel. You have your name at the end of the video and all that rubbish. You get to choose, vote on types of news, things that they would be interested in. They obviously choose 90% of the stuff they do, but as a Patreon member, you get given the right to cast votes on extra content, and you get obviously what the rest of YouTube do. Oh, poor connection. Surprise, surprise. Let's see if we can hide pussies. Zoomies. There she is. Good girl. Whoa! Get up, get up, get up. Good girl. Get down, down. Get up. Oh, I love seeing her like this. Zooming away. Oh. Can't he keep up with her? Just turning around is. By the time I've turned around,
are you fed up with feeling stressed and over?
Already zoomed past. Oh, Jesus! Didn't expect that. She is a strange dog sometimes though. Like I bring a whole bottle of water with me for her, with a little bottle, refuses to drink it even when she's panting like mad. Get home and she'll drink 3 or 4 bowls of water. It's like, why wouldn't you just drink whilst you're there? Sounds like we got some crazy neighbours. They're fucking mad. That pretty dog. I'm just chilling with CC dog. Another poop. I'll do a one-handed poop scoop today. There she is, Poop Trooper herself. Good girl. Be jumpy. This way? I've been this way before. For some reason Streamhouse wasn't logging me in today. I had to use the direct Twitch app. Actually a nice bit of shade to take rest in. She's on a Zoom today. Her boss is ringing her and she is all over that call. That should be in somewhere inside of a rap, shouldn't it? Some sort of rap about COVID. It's got to have like something about dog walking, Zoom calls, Zoom in, running fast, you know. So it's something like that. It can be done. Fuck. What? Let's take a little rest here. Have a drink. Right. Gotta do all this fucking shit with one hand. for this is a little bowl and bottle of water. It works really well for other dogs, but for this dog, apparently it's not good enough. This dog, this pretty little face, too much of a princess. Some water. Oh, she does today. Energetic than anything. Oh, you stupid dog. Well, maybe if I put some biscuits inside the water, she might. If it tastes like biscuits, she might just drink it. No? Okay, I'm gonna stick it. Which is more than usual. Okay, let's make a move then. Is that fridge freezer? No, it's not have any electric. Luckily our flat is not like directly in the sun at this point in the day, so it's not as bad, but it just means we can't spend like 3 hours out here with a chair and a bite to eat. I also forgot to take my hay fever tablets, which might have been a poor choice. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Cece! Afternoon, mate. pretend like I've got loads of shit to talk about. Things have changed. Yeah? Things change, people change, you grow. I could talk for hours about that, but this is a nice stream. A little sunny one. First day I've wanted to stream in a while. I don't see the point in doing something unless you actually want to do it. I'm only going to make shit content if I don't actually want to do it. That's why I don't get about these like all day streams. Cece, good girl, good girl. You. No, Cece, leave the puppy alone. Got their roughly new dog on the lead, and mine's not completely trained or trained enough to go over there and, you know, say hello but come back within seconds with me going, you know, whistling her over. It's not good for the little puppy, do you see? Cece! Good girl, well done, well done. Sit. Going near the road now, so probably good to stick on the lead for a little bit. Yeah. Oh, the ice cream man's got just as I've got no fucking money. Cece, stop pulling. Hugh. No. Get him. Sit. Sit down.
Why did you go there, Joanne? Oh, I found them. They went at the back. I said you just stay around the house because I'm just finishing the repairing. Yes, why are you so... I didn't tell you to go very far. You know this place is unsafe. You have gone stealing children here.
Jesus. Fucking go nuclear. There's no reports of kids being taken around here. There is literally way over the fucking top. There may be like one or two, but in this city, this is the safest part of the fucking city. Yeah, that's right, there's guns in the UK. And if you've ever watched Hot Fuzz, you will understand what I mean. Everybody and their mums is backing round here. Who? Well, farmers. Who else? Farmers' mums. That's literally how we speak as well. Everybody and their mums. Love that film. It's so good. Almost there, maybe we can take another break on the way back. subtle hardly working. That's kind of nice. Like last week, looking out, I was on time for the stream as well. Jesus. You ever heard of a streamer being on time? In fact, I was half an hour early. Sniffing at rubbish. Okay. Let's try and do cash point one-handed. Sit. Cece, sit. Sit down. You don't get any money out. Oh, some water. Give us some water. Sorry, honey. Reindeer. Some water. Right there. Drink. Cece. You're really not going to drink? She's genuine. It's confusing. Boiling. She has free, clean water. Can I have a drink? Stick these on. Oh yeah, toothless and hands up. Come on, have a drink. That's a good girl. Well done. Good girl. Biscuit. Good girl. What's this? Have some more. Have some more. Girl. Go on, more.
Myself and my boyfriend have been going through a lot lately. This is the last leg for us. We're really hanging in our relationship. I've seen an opportunity for a social experiment, and I think that it's best we both come here and get some help.
You made me wanna know.
I've been with my partner for 3 years now. Just like everyone else, we've had our ups and downs, you know, things happen. But coming to therapy with a camera for some social experiment, that's just, it's a red flag, to be fair. And now, like, she knows my perspective on this. I prefer we go to a church and we sit down with a pastor in a corner. But, you know, us getting to this extent where we're actually here for a social experiment, it's just, it doesn't make sense. I think it's gonna go south. Like, I'm 90% sure, but at the end of the day, I'll just say, look, I told you so.
A lot of people don't know this, but the best way to make money with Amazon in 2021 is not by selling physical products on Amazon like everyone thinks. I know that might come as a shocker and that might sound
Hello. Hi, Denise.
Come in, sit down. Hello, Paul. How is the traffic?
Terrible.
Oh,
but we're here. We made it.
My name's Denise and I'm your therapist today. Have you ever been to therapy before?
Never. We've never been. I did go online. I read how important it is about, you know, having premarital therapy, counselling, and I do believe myself and Paul are in dire need of some help. I wouldn't say we've deteriorated to a point of no return, but at the end of the day, we're progressing in our relationship and I'm not entirely happy.
Okay, so Paul, thank you for joining us. Have you got any idea of what expectations you are looking to get out of this therapy session?
I have no idea. I'm curious to find out.
Okay, that's great. Well, it's great that you're here. So, shall we start?
So of course this isn't my first time on camera. I'm very comfortable in front of the camera. I understand Paul isn't. I didn't bring him here to embarrass him though. This is kind of like shock therapy. It might shock him into kind of seeing that we need help, that we've actually got problems within our relationship.
I'm going to ask Shoma to just start us off. What would you like to start off with?
I love you. You do know that, right? And I feel as though we've got different views of life. So to me, Paul is very image. He puts too much emphasis on how people perceive us as a couple, how he's perceived as an individual and how I'm perceived as an individual. Currently in our relationship, we're doing a lot of patching instead of really like fixing the issues.
Okay, Paul, do you feel the same way?
I'm literally blown away. Like, I haven't even heard this before. Do you want to give more context to what you're actually saying? Because I'm a tiny bit...
Okay. Paul, for example, has a lot of friends. He has affluent friends. He feels like he has to fit in, which he might fit in as friendship, but when it comes to finances, he doesn't necessarily fit in. So if we're looking at percentage-wise and when they go out and what they spend, they can afford it. We can't. But Paul will do it anyway, and then he'll spend the next week or two chasing the bag he's blown, which now leaves me in a deficit of love, so there's neglect going on in our household.
All right, so we literally just got here. here. Like, we haven't been here for 5 minutes. Choma's talking about finance to the bloody Denise, someone that we don't even know. Now, first of all, there is no man that's out there with multiple accounts, crypto accounts, high interest accounts, that's gonna sit down and show his girl his balance. So she doesn't even know the financial situation first.
So hang on, let me just let Paul speak regarding the image and the going out and chasing the bag, as Shomi.
YouTube Premium has ad-free videos, so the instructions never pause mid-fade. Try 1 month of YouTube.
Shomi just said.
You know what's interesting? I actually think she's right, but let me break it down for you. I'm happy and I'm humble enough to be the brokest man in a room full of millionaires. Do you know why?
Okay.
Do you know who would have the most to benefit in that type of situation?
You would.
So that's practically how I've been able to exponentially grow my income, basically.
He's taking the whole fake it till you make it to another extent, because at the end of the day, I'm not naive to know that you are treated how you're perceived. However, be yourself. With the whole spending above your means, should I say, yes, we can afford it. I'm not saying we can't, because he's the first person to speak about finances and we need to save and we need to do this and we need to do that. But as much as, I purchase nice things, Paul does a lot of the spending. And in the past, we've had situations where he's invested and there's been no returns. So I don't feel like I need to suffer at the expense of his investing and putting himself in positions to get deals when not all the time it works out. And we're together. Do you know what I mean? We're in a relationship. We're not business partners. So I'm suffering. For nothing.
Okay. Do you feel that it's an equal situation?
She just said she's suffering for nothing. Okay. So am I nothing?
That's not what I said. It's like your comprehension. This is why we're here, because anytime I bring up at home, he dismisses it.
Really?
Okay, you're not comprehending what I'm saying.
Okay.
I've literally just explained it.
Yeah. Okay, look.
Out of everything I said, you got that bit. Like, Paul's, he takes what he wants to take, he hears what he wants to hear, and he sees what he wants to see.
I'm not dismissing it right now, right? We're having a conversation. I don't know you from anywhere, but you're here. Let's have a conversation, right? So when we first started dating, she was happy with, the drive, the ambition, me taking, calculated risk here and there and gaining rewards. She's the first person to come and, say, oh, congratulations, babe, let's celebrate together. But then I've actually kept the same energy, and now it seems like she doesn't really have the same energy. So who is the person that's falling off?
Okay, so in other words, I'm a hater.
Well,
because I still would celebrate your wins.
No, that's true, but the only thing is, let me give you an example, right? So literally, I have access to a good number of private members clubs. This is through the clients of mine. I train high net worth individuals, celebrities, you name it. Now, with these membership clubs, obviously it's not everyone that's, invited. And I feel like that kind of affects Choma, whereas before, if we were going to like a normal type of, average, maybe not average Joe, but the usual, then I'll kind of be, oh babe, come along. But when I'm actually, grafting and chasing the bag, as she said, I don't really feel like she needs to be present, and she actually doesn't have an invite anyway, so.
Okay, that's not what I'm not upset that I'm unable to come to the events that you go to and to the gambling places, because it's gambling if you ask me. It's casino, isn't it? So the clubs you guys are going to and the money you're spending, some of it is gambling, all right? Because everything he likes to say is constructive. Clubbing is not constructive. It's not beneficial to our relationship or to him. Even places like that, he places too much emphasis on how they look at him. So you're out here doing the most, buying so many bottles, paying 10K for tables, and it doesn't make sense. I'm at home being neglected. When he comes home, he goes back to work. So my point is, you're putting too much emphasis on the way they see you. Why is that? You're supposed to be impressing me, not them.
So the type of people that I deal with, they're on another level, to be fair. They're high net worth and they work really hard for themselves. Now, for me to be able to kind of be that act of service for them, you can imagine how hard I have to work. If they're calling you, you need to answer. If they're sending you a message, whether it's a text or WhatsApp, listen, you need to be on point. I'm able to give them that service.
I'm on my way for this social experiment. I'm quite excited. I'm happy that Jamel is using this initiative and wants us to be part of this. There's a few things that I do want to get off my chest, so it will be nice to speak to Jamel, speak to the therapist, and I'm excited.
Deborah, did you travel far?
I didn't actually. I live in Highbury in Islington, so it was not too bad of a journey, just about 20 minutes.
Oh, that's good.
So my partner's running late, I apologise.
Whose idea to come to the session was it?
It was Jamel's idea, but I'm open to it. I'm excited. You know, I want to see where we can take our relationship, because we are, you know, we've been together a year now. So I don't actually understand how Jamel is late. He's the one that has brought me to this whole thing. And you're late. I'm sitting here, I don't know the lady, I look very stupid, and Jamel is late.
Here he is.
Sorry, I'm late.
Was the traffic bad?
Sorta, yeah.
Well, you're here now, so that's all that matters. Can I just start by asking you what brought you here, and how long have you been together?
Do you want to take that?
No, ladies first.
We've actually been together for a year. I met Jamel at one of his fitness events. So my sister also does fitness, so they were doing a class together. And then we met, we started talking, and then now we're here. Yeah. So he has had therapy before, and he thought it was really good and helpful. So I feel like that's why I'm open to doing it.
And what are you hoping to achieve by the end? What's your goal coming to therapy?
I think to actually set some foundations and actually blossom from this beautiful relationship that we've got. We started great. Relationships do have rocky parts, but it's nothing too big, I guess, to get over.
Just looking into your background, have you had many relationships?
This actually is my first relationship, but I have obviously dated in the past. But yeah, this is my first relationship, and yeah, going strong a year.
And what about you, Jamel?
This is my fourth relationship. Hopefully it's my last one, to be fair, so looking good.
Mostly things are going well then?
I mean, to an extent, I think there's a lot that we need to work on. An example of today is Jamal's lateness. I work at 9 to 5, he does fitness, so our timetables already clash. But whenever we plan to go on like date nights or we go church together every 2 weeks, he's always late. When I address him, he's unable to communicate and explain like why he's late or give me a
heads up for being late. So yeah, that's a problem for me.
I feel like he's always late when it comes to something that we're doing. I don't feel like he respects my time. I don't think Jamal has ever been late to a client's Zoom meeting, but why is it when it's Deborah time, he's late?
My time management is not the issue. I feel like it's more down to communication. There's been several times.
Did you communicate that you're going to be late?
Of course.
What about last week when you were supposed to come to my house?
Yes, we changed the time before then. So Denise, this is the situation. So originally the time was for 8 p.m. Then I realised I double booked with another client. So I gave her the up.
Yeah, that's already an issue. We had pre-planned that we were going to meet up because as of recent, we haven't been seeing each other as often because Jamal's taken on more clients.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
But we had pre-agreed that we were going to see each other on this particular day. Why are you double booking?
Things happen. Like, I do have clients across the pond.
Can I just ask a question? When you are going to be late, do you communicate that? Do you let her know?
No.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Okay, so the last time we invited me to have dinner, I communicated that with you.
He told me 5 minutes before the time that he was going to be late. That's inappropriate.
Deborah just always complained about me being late. Like, she just feel like she's been controlling. Like, she doesn't take consideration of my time, where I'm coming from, what I'm doing before. She just wants to set the time and expects me to get there. They ain't gonna run.
Just for the record, how would you like him to change?
At the end of the day, I like his drive, and that's kind of why we're together. My point is, there needs to be a balance. I'm happy for you to grind. I'm happy for you to do all the things you do. But again, we're in a relationship. The problem with you is you think we're business partners. We're not. I need love as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got a business, I work, but I still feed you, I still love on you, but I don't get, it's not reciprocated.
Right, so hang on, Paul, do you feel that you're giving as good as you get in the love stakes?
Well, to be fair, I thought I did, but now I'm thinking to myself, like, does she trust, do you trust me?
What?
Yes or no?
I do trust you.
Okay. If you trust me and you trust my judgment and you know that between the both of us, we both got ourselves to the position where we are, which is a better position than we were in, why would you not continue to trust the process?
Because you've eradicated the whole love aspect of our relationship.
I'm
a woman, I'm not wood. Do you understand? Like, I've got a heart.
Now, this is the problem that I have with women, right? Like, for example, with Choma and I, when we first started, she knows I'm hardworking. I was doing X, Y, Z, what I had to do, okay? Everything was fine. She was happy I've got a hardworking guy, okay, hug, kiss, okay, cool. Nowadays, when I'm coming back late, the same person's complaining, asking me where am I coming from? And I'm thinking, what? Fair enough, I don't work overtime and I'm doing other things on a different level, but I'm the same person, so why would you question it?
Can I just ask, what's the last loving thing you did for
Denise?
Yeah, Denise.
Look, we're not going to play the whole turn each other against each other. When's the last time you bought flowers? Look, forget about all of that. Let's get down to what it is now. Just to briefly go over this, right? As far as I understand, you've been called, or employed rather, to basically help us in our relationship to get better, right? Okay. So, how do you think you're doing so far?
Okay, first, don't be rude.
It's a genuine question.
That's uncalled for.
It's a genuine question.
Okay, I can answer that, Shema, don't worry. The fact is that I'm here to enable you to see through the fog that may be there at the moment. I'm not here to give you an answer. I'm just helping you discover what's going on.
Okay. What's your success rate in terms of like couples that have been to your therapy sessions and have gone on to get married?
Well, I think you've already done your research.
I did research and I found out that a lot of people gave you good reviews. A lot of them have actually gone on to get married. A lot of them have resolved their situation. Be open-minded. I feel like people get results from you if they're open-minded.
Babe, she didn't answer the question. What's your success rate? I need percentages. I deal with figures.
I'm afraid I don't work in figures. I work in people, and when people come back, it's because they're seeing results. So as far as I'm concerned, things are working.
So if we came back to your session, that means it's working?
Well, you sign up for a certain number of sessions and then we discuss whether you need to do...
Oh, so there's more than one?
He's being very rude and I really don't understand why. She's just doing her job. I'm quite happy with the service we're getting so far, so I don't know why he needs to calm down a little bit. because I'm getting irritated at this point.
You're being very dismissive.
No, I'm
At the end of the day, Paul is making me feel less than. Okay, he's very judgmental with the whole image thing. So if I don't do what he does, then there's a problem. One thing I'm not going to continue to do is be with a man. Not saying that I want to leave this relationship, but I can't continue to be in a relationship with someone who makes me feel less than or makes me feel like I'm in the wrong every single time.
Babe, okay. If we're both kind of in line in terms of our goals and our visions, then I would assume that we'd both basically be on the same page. Is that wrong, Denise?
No, it's good when couples are on the same page, but are you on the same page?
Are you, ask her.
I'm asking both of you, do you think you're on the same page?
I feel as though we are on the same page with certain things, but again, as much as Paul says I like to nag, he has a lot of issues with things that I do.
Me and Jamal argue all the time about his phone and social media. He's literally in love with social media. There's this new app called Clubhouse. I don't know if you've heard about it. This guy loves the app so much. I actually wish the app was not invented. I would call Jamal after a long day and we haven't spoken for a whole day, and he has Clubhouse in the background. Like, he'd literally call me on his MacBook so that he can have Clubhouse in the background, and then we'll have a separate conversation. Like, that's just too much.
How does that make you feel when you've got Clubhouse going and you're on the phone as well?
I mean, if I haven't spoken to you all day, like, am I not important? Like, you know that I go bed early, so I'm literally going to take 20 minutes of your time. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. But he has to have Clubhouse in the background. He has to be on stage. Everyone has to hear Jamal's voice. Like, it's really not that deep. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's that he's craving female attention. Am I not giving him enough attention? This guy always wants to be on stage. What are you chasing? What are you looking for? I don't understand.
It's really not that deep, to be fair, the way she's making it. To be fair, I would describe Clubhouse as like a podcast, really and truly. So I just listen to it as like background noise.
No, you don't. You're always on stage and you always have to make one comment or another.
Stage, but it doesn't mean I'm always commenting.
Regardless of the fact.
Is Clubhouse important in your life?
Not more than Deborah.
No, I don't agree. Please ask that question honestly, please.
I said it.
So Clubhouse is less important than me?
No, you are more important than Clubhouse. That's facts.
I don't really agree, but that's fine.
You know what they say, it's a safe space, so it's an app full of fun and work, I guess. But I don't think it's about Clubhouse. I feel like Deborah she wants attention, I guess. So her being clingy here and there is cute, but she just needs to relax. I think she's getting a bit jealous, maybe.
How much time do you actually spend together?
I think when we first started the relationship, we were seeing each other quite often. Obviously, times have changed and shifted, and obviously our work schedules have gone busy. But now
do you think you make time for me?
Yes, I do make time for you. As I said, like within reason, within our time schedules, obviously she knows mine, I've given her my rota. She knows when I'm busy and when I'm not, so you can obviously bob and weave in between.
So just explain to me what a typical working day for you is.
Cool, so obviously, as I said before, obviously I'm across the pond, so I cover 8 different countries. Do you have an issue?
No, but it's like you keep saying you cover 8 different countries. We get it. Like, sometimes you wake up at 6 a.m., sometimes you wake up at... We understand.
There we go. So obviously I'm in different time zones. I'm in different body clocks. So I do get tired easily. And obviously I'm exhausting a lot of energy. I'm a personal trainer, nutritionist and a brand marketer.
Do you feel that you make time for Deborah?
Most certainly.
I don't think he does. When we first got together, we were seeing each other up to 3 times a week. Now it's like once every 2 weeks. For me, I don't know if you want to spend time with me or not, but for me, that's like, what is the relationship? I'm going to see you once every 2 weeks. Do you get what I mean? I love quality time, and you know that. Yeah. And at the start of the relationship, that was what was happening. But obviously now there has been a shift, and that is what I don't like.
Okay. So Paul, just give me a little bit of your background. What business are you in?
Yes.
Yeah, answer the question, babe.
So what does my business have to do with the relationship? Just asking.
I just wondered, whether that was influencing the way that you deal with life. Sorry?
I'm a provider.
What is it that you do? I don't understand. Just
Well, I don't see how this is going to help our relationship in the long term. This is the problem that I have, right? Look, with this Denise lady, I just feel like she's just asking lots of intrusive questions that doesn't really relate to the situation at hand. She's asking me, what do I do? Like, I make money, that's what I do. Like, it's a silly question. What do you want from me? Do you understand? You're here for a certain purpose, to help with the relationship. Do that. If you can't do that, then you're not of use for me. The whole point is she's here, right? And I got her here. We've been together for 3 years.
you got me here.
No, well, not here specifically, but I mean, you know, in terms of the journey, we've been together for a long time. I've managed to sustain our relationship financially, if that's the question you're asking.
No, I wasn't. I was simply wondering what motivated you and how you work together.
Without telling you too much, I literally work with high net worth individuals, influencers, celebrities, you name it, provide them with basically nutrition as well as fitness. I also run an IT business, which you know, I work with potentially, really influencers, brands, yeah. More of the upscale, basically.
So you're a very busy man.
I am.
Even if there's nothing to do, Paul will tell his friends I've just done something. No, you haven't. Like, chill, relax. Like, you're not busy 24/7. Even the busiest person has time, Paul.
And do you do anything together? Any, you know, hobbies that you do together?
Aside from on our laptops in the same room, maybe. When we started dating, we used to like the same music. He was more fun. Now I don't even know who's sitting next to me, to be honest.
And how do you feel?
I think that's BS.
It's BS.
Look, music. I'm a Burna Boy fan. You used to be, but now
I still like Burna Boy.
Wizkid, like that doesn't make sense. If you like something, just stick to, you know.
First of all, you've changed, babe. You didn't like what you liked 5 years ago. I know that because of the food, simply the food that you eat. Okay, so people change. I still like Burna Boy, but I prefer Wizkid. It doesn't mean that it has to be your way. This is a problem with you. Like, if it's not your way, it's the highway.
No, this is the problem with you. You don't keep the same energy. Do you understand? When we first started dating, you know what type of energy I was on. Do you understand? You know the frequency that I was taking us to.
Okay, answer the question she asked us. What do we do together aside from work that is meaningful? Is that what you said?
Let me tell you what we do, right? Every 28 days, we have a couples review, right?
Oh,
so how do couples review? Works is we basically, you know, go over our individual and collective plans, goals, targets, and we kind of, you know, make like a checkbox type of situation, and we mark stuff off, help each other out with whatever it is that we need help with, and it's worked basically in our relationship.
It hasn't worked.
So as we said before, obviously 9 to 5. Fitness guy, yeah? Okay, well, fitness instructor, brand manager, because he hates when I don't say it properly, all of that. So I have meetings all day, and so sometimes when Jamel messages me, I can't message him back as soon as. So his timetable, I'll say it's more flexible than mine. I would message Jamel, and then he would message me back, and then, you know, I wouldn't respond in another 2 hours. And I know this guy's on his phone, like I literally saw him on Instagram, but because I had taken ages, because I was busy to message him, he would basically be matching my messages and take another 2 hours to message me. That is so childish. Is that not childish?
So wait, I'm being childish.
Is that not childish? Do you or do you not match my messages?
You're assuming that I do that.
Oh wait, hold on. Did I not see you on Instagram earlier that day that I messaged you? I double texted you and said, sorry, did you not see my message? Did I not?
Yeah, so that means you're monitoring my Instagram.
No, that's not. What I'm trying to say is, you match my messages. It's very childish. Okay, cool. So why didn't you respond to me for 2 hours?
I'm busy with clients. I'm not.
No, because you said I have your timetable, and yes, I do.
Yeah.
You wasn't with a client at that time.
Yes, I was.
Okay. Like, it's ridiculous, so childish. Like, if Max's man was doing something, he would just admit it's not that serious.
I'm not going to do comparisons.
Max's boyfriend, we speak a lot, as you know. Wait, me and Max speak a lot, isn't it? Like, she told me that when she addresses a situation, he's able to acknowledge it and he just moves on. Do you get what I mean?
I couldn't care less about your friend's boyfriend, this and that.
Well, maybe you should chat to him a bit more.
How about this? Yeah, don't compare me. Like, I've had enough of your conversation with your friends, talking about our sex life, our family life, this. It needs to stop now. Deborah does this thing that I actually hate. Like, she loves comparing me to other people, other guys. Like, no one likes getting compared to other people. Like, why would you do it? We've had this conversation enough times. Honestly, it just needs to stop. It pisses me off so much. Like,
is this quite an influential person in your life? Do they influence you, this friend?
Yeah, Max is my best friend, so we speak a lot about our relationships. I'm an open person. Like, I'm happy to speak about our sex life. I'm happy to speak about things that we do. Like, I'm happy.
And how does that make you feel, knowing that she's talking to this friend of hers?
it just sounds like my girlfriend's a chatty patty. I don't like girls that just be speaking too much. Like, I hear she's your friend, but when it comes to situations that's about myself, especially my family life, and then you're talking about
family life.
Yeah, family life.
What's it about your family?
Yeah, so let me just put some context into it. So she spoke about a situation between me and my mother.
Oh my gosh.
We've had a bit.
Are you actually going to bring up that situation
Yeah,
here?
I'm going to bring it back up.
Okay.
So yeah, me and my mum, we have a bit of a, what would I say? Here and there relationship sort of thing. So she's gone to her friend Mansa and just told her about the situation. I'm thinking it has nothing to do with your friend.
I wasn't telling her, Denise, I wasn't telling her about the situation. I was just telling her how it was affecting me and Jamel. That's what I was saying.
And what advice did she give you?
She just said, like, that you're moving out soon. You know, it's just general chit-chat. Like, why do you care about what conversation with Mansa?
Open your mouth about general chit-chat. Am I just?
It's genuine chit-chat. You need to understand that.
What, are you the shade bar now?
Okay, that's childish. I literally do not see an issue with telling my best friend about my relationship. Like, it's what girls do. It's what we do. It's how we like to communicate. We like to share with our besties. Like, Mansa likes to hear my stories and I like to hear hers. I think Jamel probably has an issue with it because he's not acting right. If he was doing the most now and he knew that I was happy with his behaviour, then maybe he wouldn't mind me telling Mansa.
So, in this checkup, are you both, as they say, on the same page?
Of course.
on the same page as we've been. We're always on the same page because all Paul cares about is if our finances have grown, if our savings has grown. Aside from that, if we're still arguing, nothing changes. Do you understand? If it's the point that I'm cleaning up the whole damn house, as well as having a 9 to 5 and a business, nothing's changed. He doesn't have an input in personal stuff. It's just about work. So if it's about working, then I understand, yeah, the review works.
So tell me, Paul, before you got involved with Shoma, how did you run your household?
Well, obviously, everything was self-sustainable, self-managed. However, at the end of the day, I think the question that you should be asking Choma is if she is getting into a relationship with a person like myself, I don't want to say bring into the table, but...
What am I bringing to the table?
No, I'm not saying that you don't bring anything to the table. I'm saying you need to let her know that there's certain things that are expected when she's receiving, you know, a certain frequency.
Okay, so first of all, I contribute to the bills. I'm doing my own, I take care of myself. Of course, he buys me things, but I'm going out to shop for myself. I'm also taking care of the home and him. Yeah, he might do most of the finance, but I'm bringing a lot to your life, and without me, you will be in deficit, you'll be lacking some things, okay? Let's not get confused, I work, okay? Paul does not finance me completely. Does that make sense? Yes, he earns significantly more than I do, but he doesn't finance me, all right? So if you're talking about me becoming a housewife, clearly, because you're talking about finances and me bringing something to the table, what's wrong with being a housewife? Was that the plan we had when we first met?
It's a genuine question.
I don't want to be a housewife. There's nothing wrong with it, but I don't want to be a housewife. I have a choice. Does that make sense? If I wanted to be a housewife, I would have become a housewife. That's what you keep pushing for me to do. That's not what I want to do, babe.
Okay.
Okay?
Denise.
He used to clean his own house and change his sheets and cook for himself. We just moved in together 6 months ago, and all of a sudden that has now become my duty and mine alone. Bearing in mind, both of us are busy.
Now, with myself, I'm an earner. Do you understand? I will go out and I will come back and I'm bringing the bacon for real. Do you understand? If that's the case, and I'm able to provide for the both of us and kids in the future, from now, why would she stress herself being out, trying to earn the same thing that I already have? Sit down. Let's figure out something. I want to come home with a check and say, babe, how should we invest this?
And did you notice that things had changed once Shoma moved in?
In terms of how I behave?
You became lazy.
No. Let's not be toxic, babe. Look, this is what it is, right? How can I put this? If let's say last client finished by like 9:30, so, okay, whereabouts am I? The Bulgari, Knightsbridge, right? 10 minutes from home. So, you know, Choma works in the city, 20 minutes.
30 minutes.
20 minutes from home. So if she gets home, she finishes at 5 roughly, and you know she's home roughly, maybe not 5:30, no traffic or that, maybe 6, and I get home 9:30. Have you made a plan? Don't you think it's a bit practical to kind of consider that your partner may be coming home? But wait, this is for you, Denise. Do you think that, you know?
I can understand what you're saying, and there does seem to be a few hours to spare. However,
No, don't do it. Tell her that.
No, I'm not here to tell anyone, just so you understand. I'm here to listen.
You just agreed with what I said.
No, it's not a case of agreeing. I said I understand.
No, it's true.
No, but just the way therapy works is you two discuss things, and I'm an intermediary. So I don't...
That's not what's happening. What's happening is, if she comes up with a point, you're quick to say, yeah, Paul, what do you think about it? And then when you clearly agree with me on something, you're not asking her the same question. Right. What's going on?
So can I just say, bear with me, the reason that I go to you with a question is because you're not being vocal. Shoma is being very vocal. You're being vocal now, but the reason I was bringing everything back to you was because you weren't being vocal. And it's great to hear that now you have got things to say, because that's why we're here, is it not?
What the hell? Like, are you trying to gang up on me on something? I'm paying for your service. You should serve it equally. Do you understand? Like, make it make sense.
It's interesting to see the way that you both react. Can you see that you're reacting to each other?
Yeah, it's like every time I say something, he always has a rebuttal. Like, you never acknowledge what you do. You're late, you're childish, you take 2 hours to respond to my messages, and you have an issue with the conversation that I have with my friends.
How would you like him to change in the way that he deals with you? What would you like to see different?
Okay, I would like for Jamal to actually listen to me when I speak, for one. I would like you to take accountability and try and fix the things that I point out, because it's small things, it's very tiny, and I feel like we could move past it if you just accept the fact that sometimes you can be childish, yeah, and sometimes you're late. That's it.
Is there anything that you want to respond to with regards
Most
to
certainly.
Deborah?
I feel like just do not compare me. Like, no one likes being compared. How would you like if I compared you to one of my best friends?
Well, if you were behaving, then maybe I wouldn't be comparing you to other people.
Are you my mum?
There's things that you do that I don't like, and I just want to seek advice from my friends. And when she told me what her boyfriend's doing, is even raising the bar even higher, because you can do that too.
So your friend has a boyfriend that you compare. Do you compare?
We're of the same age range. Her boyfriend is about his age as well. There's certain things that he's doing for her, like taking her out weekly, you know, buying her gifts, all these sort of things. I'm gonna look at my relationship as well and evaluate it. That's just it. And I'm just bringing it to Jamal. And hopefully he can work on it. It's not that.
What I really like about Max's boyfriend is that he's proactive. He doesn't have to be told what to do. If Mansa wants gifts, if Mansa wants a meal, he's already on it before she has to say, and Jamal really needs to take a leaf out of his book.
Does Jamal ever buy you gifts?
Ask her.
I mean, at the beginning of the relationship, in fact, no, before we got together, actually, he did buy me gifts. But now it's definitely dropped. I don't really get much. Even like flowers or like chocolate, you know.
Is that a problem for you?
Yeah, 100%. I love gifts, and that's just like my love language, and Jamal knows that.
So at the start of the relationship, me and Jamal went on so many dates. He was treating me like a princess. We were going out on dates, he was buying me gifts, you know, we were spending a lot of quality time together. But now Jamal is the complete opposite. He's completely fallen off, and it's like he doesn't care.
Like, Deborah's love language is a bit confusing sometimes. Me personally, I think it's wishy-washy. Like, 1 minute it's giving gifts, next minute it's quality time. Like, I understand it could be both of them at the same time, but one thing is always outweighing the other. I don't mind it, but I'd rather like go towards the quality time right now, obviously because of my personal things I'm doing.
Myself and my boyfriend have been going through a lot lately. This is the last leg for us. We're really
So, Paul, I understand that Shoma works in social media, or is an influencer. Is that what they call them? Yeah. Is this something that you're happy with?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm very happy for her, but at the same time, I respectfully, the way she conducts herself isn't managed fully. The damage control isn't really there.
Pardon?
And respectfully, I said respectfully.
I kind of expected him to come up with this. Okay, let's get into it. I know he's going to bring up Instagram and how I carry myself and how people see me, and I'm tired. Like, we have this conversation once every week, so. But yeah, let's get into it.
Damage control. What does that mean?
How can I put this? It's one thing to be in a platform to kind of, showcase yourself. However, if it's then inappropriate what you're doing and it's online, that kind of affects the both of us.
You're lying. You're lying now. Because how do I not conduct myself appropriately online?
Okay, cool. Random example, right? True story. So, Trummer goes out with her girls, right? Cool, all right. No.
Oh, no.
No, look, we're in therapy. Let's have the conversation, right? Anyway. This is a safe place, right?
Yeah. Oh, everything that's said in here stays in these walls.
Everything, I believe you. All right, look, Trummer goes out with the girls. So on this night, obviously we have mutuals. I know you're familiar with how Instagram works in terms of the stories. You watch one, it goes over to the other automatically.
Do you follow her? Or did you go on her page and click on her story?
No, we have mutuals. I probably follow her. What? She's your friend. Just familiarity. Maybe I shouldn't be for her, I don't know, but it was there, I saw it. So long story short, Choma went out with the girls. I was on my Instagram just flicking through stories of my clients because I have clients that are influencers, right? So the next slide that came along was I literally saw Choma doing a crazy new dance or whatever, and it was inappropriate. It was very disrespectful. It was, listen, very disrespectful, and it was inappropriate. And I feel like she was over-sexualizing herself, respectfully. When it comes to like social media, Snapchat, Instagram, and stuff like that, with Choma, like she can be respectful generally, but at the same time, she's kind of like a mixture between like cute/bite me, if you know what I mean. I don't mess with that. It's basically like a first trap.
Do you understand this situation that he's talking about?
Yes, I know the exact situation he's talking about. So I went out with my girls. We went to the club, and I was having fun. I was dancing. I was having.
That's what they call it now.
I was having fun, and I was dancing. I wasn't twerking or anything like that. But
twerking?
I was dancing.
See?
I was dancing. He says I was twerking. That's why that's the only reason as to why.
I didn't see it. Did I mention twerking?
You didn't need to mention it now, but that's your point, right, babe? Because you've spoken to me about this.
You mentioned twerking. I didn't mention twerking. Denise.
I was dancing with my knees bent. Let's just say that. My friend was recording the environment, and I was in that video for 1 second or less than that, okay? I didn't post it onto my page because I know how my man is. I'm not ready to go home and argue. I don't want any conflict. At the end of the day, I don't want anything. I wasn't dancing on a man, and I wasn't over-sexualizing myself. I was having fun. He now has an issue with that. Why? And why is that something I need to apologize for?
So tell me, when you go out with your friends, sometimes it could be seen that if you're at the bar having a drink, if someone took a picture, it might look like you are chatting to somebody in an inappropriate way.
No, but you know what? I'll tell you something. A picture paints 1,000 words, right? Now, 1,000 words, if you're educated like myself, once you digest it, you understand what it means. So all it takes is 1 second for me to see 1 or 2 moves that I know, okay, something's going on. Yeah, she's trying to do something.
I was dancing.
Okay, if you didn't post it on your page, why would you let your friend post it on her page?
First of all, it's not like she was videoing me. She was videoing the area. I was in, babe, how many seconds was I in that video for?
I don't know.
The only reason as to why I didn't post it was because I know how he is, but I have every right to do that. And if I wanted to post it, I would have posted it.
That's inconsiderate.
That's just what it is.
That's inconsiderate.
Me and my girls respect ourselves. I respect myself. I don't embarrass him online, nor do I embarrass myself. So all of this is controlling. I feel like he's a little bit narcissistic, but I'm not going to put up with this shit because I know how I carry myself, and it's very respectful. So he can drop that.
Jamal, you were the one that reached out to come to therapy. Was there anything in particular that you wanted to talk about?
So yeah, I've experienced therapy before. I've done a solid 8 months. And I think this was so beneficial for our relationship. The reason why obviously I brought Deborah to therapy with me is I feel like she doesn't value my words. So I'm just questioning my manhood as well.
In what way?
So being a provider, I provide for her, of course, but I feel like with her high expectations and the things that she expects from me, it's going above and beyond the person that I probably am. So an example was, okay, I got a Gucci bag. As soon as, probably 2 weeks, she was talking about, let's go to Greece for her birthday and stuff. And I was thinking, I've just literally got you an expensive gift. Can't you just wait?
Why can't we do both?
Yeah, we can do both, but times have changed. I'm looking to buy a house. I've got a project in Ghana I'm obviously sorting out. Obviously got a new project I'm even doing, a health retreat as well, which obviously costs a lot of money. And I just feel like Deborah needs to actually understand money, understand the value of money, and the time that needs to be put into that.
Deborah doesn't really value money. It's all cool when she's by herself, but when it's us, together, that can't really run anymore. It seems like it's being more of an anchor. We're trying to build together, right? That's what relationships are all about. So, personally, if she wants it to flourish, then she needs to kind of think about the money aspect of things.
I feel like she's controlling. She doesn't allow me to do particular things. So my social media...
Allow you?
Yes, allow me.
Oh, please.
Yeah, so my social media activity...
You actually do what you like.
Let's
get that right.
Hold on. Babe, let's not do that. She asked me the question. Okay, cool. So yeah, she just controlled my social media activity. Obviously,
That's because you do too much.
That's what generates me money as well. So that's obviously he's buying the gifts for her. So there shouldn't really be a problem. But she's
What, Clubhouse buying me gifts?
Yeah, if I'm making money and monetizing off it, of course it's a problem.
So tell me, your business, do you market yourself through social media?
Yeah, so obviously a lot of it's through social media, through marketing. A lot of it's mouth to mouth as well. But the issue is she just feels that because I'm on social media, she just thinks I'm doing it out of leisure rather than business.
Right. And it isn't totally leisure.
No, majority. So I'll say like, if we're going to put it on like percentages, I'll say 80% is business, 20% is a bit of leisure.
And do you understand that?
No.
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 So when I'm buying these gifts, so what?
Okay, first of all, let's just calm down because Clubhouse does not generate enough funds for you to buy me a Gucci bag.
Have you seen my accounts?
That's for one. Secondly, it's just, the social media for me is just too obsessive. This excuse about how it's, you know, it's part of your business, etc., it doesn't take away from the fact that I still like expensive gifts. Like, you know the girl that you got with. Jamal knows the type of girl that he got with. Like, I like looking good and I like the luxury brands, the Fendis, the
Clubhouse. It's the hottest new social media app out there, but what is it exactly? How do you use it? And should you sign up? I got you covered. Lately, there have been a ton of social media startups, all hoping you'll get sick of the Twitters and the Facebooks of the world and join their app instead. But there's one that is gaining some pretty decent traction: Clubhouse. I'll walk you through the app in a minute, but the key thing that separates it from other social media apps is it's audio only. It's sort of like if podcasts and convention panels could happen anywhere, anytime, and you could participate in them. Currently, you can only get into Clubhouse with an invite to the app, but a lot of really high-profile names are already on the service. Elon Musk, Chris Rock, Oprah Winfrey, Mark Cuban. I mean, from tech to comedy and everything in between, there are a lot of big names on Clubhouse. There is also one very small but important caveat, aside from the whole invite thing, which is it's iPhone only for right now. Yes, Clubhouse is only available on iOS. Sorry, Android users, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Clubhouse said in a blog post that they were excited to start working on the Android version of its app about a month ago. So you might be waiting a while. Okay, let's take a look at the app and how it works. Signing up is pretty easy, but once you get to the end of sign up, you're able to choose a bunch of interests, and based on those interests, Clubhouse will follow some people for you and also give you some recommendations as to what rooms you might want to join. So this is the main Clubhouse screen. If we're looking at it at the very top here, we've got a few different icons. The first one here is the little envelope with the star on it. That's your invites. I haven't quite given Clubhouse access to my contact list. I don't plan on doing that just yet. I want to see if I want to stick around here before I start inviting my friends to the app. And then, of course, we have the calendar. So if you tap on the calendar, you can see there are a whole bunch of different rooms and different schedules. Here's what's happening today. There's just a ton of people using the app right now. You can see all these different rooms and all these different topics, which are pretty cool. It's really neat that you're able to sort of find like-minded people who want to talk about and hear about the same stuff that you do. So we've got that. And then of course you've got your notifications. You can see who's followed you, how long ago they followed you. If you tap on their names, you can check out their profile. Our dear colleague Ayaz hasn't quite filled out his bio yet, but that's okay. We don't hold that against him. But my friend Maud has. She's got a full bio. She's got a few thousand followers. You can see she's really interested in Clubhouse. She's a member of a bunch of different clubs right there at the bottom of the screen. Okay, so we've seen our activity. Of course, if you tap on your picture, that's your profile information. Don't need to go through any of that. You know what your profiles and your account info look like. But right here at the top of your main Clubhouse screen, you've got sort of an at-a-glance calendar. And you can see at 5 o'clock today, there's going to be a few different things happening that Clubhouse thinks I might be interested in. One of them is about the EA and Glue mobile purchase. Who will get bought next? Well, that seems interesting. So if I tap on that, I can see who's in that chat, who's going to be part of that discussion. And I can also do a lot of different things like share it, tweet it, copy the link to put it on other social platforms, or add it to my calendar. Now, I've already tapped on the little bell, the notification bell, because I want to be notified. So it says, you'll get notified when the conversation begins. Sounds good. All right. So once you've looked at your at a glance, you can get into the real meat of Clubhouse, and that is rooms that are doing live things right this second. So we can see right now the most popular room, or one of the most popular rooms, is What's Clubhouse? Explaining it to the Wall Street Journal's Joanna Stern. Oh, I love Joanna Stern. I think she's awesome. So I'm going to tap on that, and I want to hear this discussion for sure. Clubhouse will let you know that if you share recordings without the speaker's permission, it can get you suspended from the app. So we're not going to play any of the audio from this Clubhouse discussion, but you'll get the idea here. So you can see there are 4 different people who are speakers in this room. So there's Joanna, Alexis, Matthew, and Perez. Now, if you're able to speak, you'll see a muted microphone next to your name, which means you're part of the conversation.
Gucci's, the next purchase that I want Jamal to get for me is a Prada bucket hat. Like, he knows the girl he got with. I'm a female. You're my boyfriend. I expect for my boyfriend to look after me, like, and that's just it. So you bringing this up is, you know,
Tell me,
I'm not really understanding.
When he gives you these gifts, what does that make you feel like?
It makes me feel like a princess. When I was younger, my dad, even till this day, like, he treats me like a princess, and that's my expectation of a man. You know, towards the beginning, he started off like that, you know, slightly, but now it's completely down the drain. Like, there's nothing like that.
So what, I'll treat you like a princess no more, no?
No, he doesn't.
Do you ever go out socially in a group of people?
Of course.
He does. He goes out, he gets tables with his friends, and he has these women, single women, sipping his champagne and dancing on him on his table.
No, not dancing.
I don't have an issue with that because I know you're just partying, you're clubbing, you're going to come back to me, correct?
Yeah.
I trust you, and I feel as though you wouldn't cheat. So why don't you give me that same trust? Because I'm dancing, I'm humiliating myself, and I'm humiliating us as a couple. Come off your high horse. I'm so like, this is what I mean. He has issues.
So Paul, Shoma's just said that you go out and you spend money on champagne and you have young ladies sitting around.
Of course.
Is that what happens?
Yeah, but I have an explanation, right? So look at it like this now. You know, as I have mentioned, you know, or she mentioned, I have affluent people that I associate myself with. You know, also my clients are quite wealthy too. If I'm going to a club, right, with a couple clients or a person that I'm looking to make a client, am I going to stand at the bar
I don't know.
Okay, I'll tell you, that's not how business works. I would potentially want to, maybe not wow the person, but create a standard. These people that I work with and deal with are used to a certain standard of living. Now, if you want to get business from people like this, you kind of need to be able to show that you understand certain things. Does this make sense? So if I then go over to a club and I'm trying to woo a client and we're there standing by the toilets, yeah, I'm not getting the deal. No, facts. I will not get that deal. Coming where I'm coming from, for you to kind of transition over to the other side, there's certain things that you need to do. You need to conduct yourself in a certain way. Do you know what I mean? And whether you like it or not, money has to be spent. If you're trying to deal with a person that is worth millions, you can't go there looking like you're looking for peanuts. When I'm in the club, in a certain environment, you know, drinks, all the good stuff for the client, right? When I actually come back with the bag, as Choma said, there's no complaints. So why the hell are we having the discussion now?
Why would I complain about you getting the bag? That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, but this is what it takes.
No, you can, first of all, you don't have to go to the club to woo a client. You can take them for dinner. You could go to a pub and have drinks, you and that client. And if you're gonna go to the club, you can invite other guys, correct? You have friends, babe.
Don't mix business and pleasure.
But so why are women with you and your business partner?
Because that's not pleasure, that's business.
With women that you've selected, buff things that you've selected to put on your table. Yeah, he's insulting me right now because you can do stuff and I can't.
It's not for me.
Who are you speaking to?
It's not for me.
The one thing I have, Instagram, that is away from him, he wants to control that and police that. Like, I've lost out on a lot of deals. I don't even post as often because of Paul. And he's out here entertaining women. Like, Paul has a type. So if it's business, he should pick the type that the partner wants, right? So he's getting all his type on his table and he wants me to be happy with that. Excuse you.
So, as far as you're concerned, just explain to me how you want him to treat you.
I would definitely say, you know, I don't want to put a timestamp on like how often you should get me gifts, but I just feel like, you know, here and there. I think the last time he bought me something was September, my birthday, which was the Gucci bag. That's the last time that I've gotten like an expensive gift.
But the value on these gifts, is the value on these gifts, is it the value of the gift or is it something else?
I think it's a bit of both. You know, I like to look good, and Jamel knows this. So it's just about keeping up. I think I don't think he really keeps up as a man. I don't think I'm asking for too much to look. Do you not want me to look good,
babe?
Do you not want me to look good?
I would love you to look good, but I feel like I'm 27 right now and she's 24. So me, I'm looking at assets, I'm looking at builds, I'm thinking about building our future.
I don't think age's got to do anything with this.
Because I feel like you're just here for the fast life, you're here for the now, you're not thinking forward. Like, I'm doing the best for both of us, not just myself. Like, before I was saving for myself, but now you've come into the picture, I feel like I'm
carrying the ship, driving the ship, literally being the ship?
I mean, I feel like you're making excuses now. For me, it's like you can't set a standard at the start and then completely change it. Like, that's not going to work for me. At the beginning, you were keeping up. You were buying me the gifts. You were taking me out. And now, all of a sudden, it's changed. Every female in a relationship should be treated like a princess. And that is the standard that I have set, and that is the standard that we set as females. Any guy that can't take their girl out regularly, buy her gifts, and attend to her needs, you're not ready to be in a relationship. Take a break, decide what you want to do, get your money up, and then we go again. So why do you have a girlfriend if You can't afford it. Is that what
Whoa,
you're...
whoa, whoa. This is your first relation. Don't do that.
Oh,
What kind of places were you going to?
wow. Are we going there?
Yeah.
Sorry, Denise. Are we going there?
Yeah, we're going to do that.
So you're going to tell the world that...
No, hold on.
But you're going to tell the world that this is my first relationship. That's embarrassing.
Babe.
Sorry, Jamel, what are you talking about?
I was saying that this is our first relationship, so I feel like...
That's besides the fact. I have spoken to guys before. I've, dated a few guys. I've had experience with guys, but that's what we're not going to do. Like, I've spoken to guys before. It's not been as successful, yeah, fair enough, but you can't say that I don't know about relationships.
So, did you have any kind of idea of the way a relationship would work?
It's clear that me and Deborah are on two different pages of life. Obviously, I'm 27, she's 24. I'm living for like the later, trying to get my property and other things. And obviously, she's trying to live within the now, like the fast life, the flashy things. I've been there, done that. Like, it's great, but right now we need to think about things for the future. I need to flourish, and I don't want it to be a thing where she's anchoring my life. I want it to be a thing where going together and going places together. I think that's the way we should be going.
Do you trust Paul when he's out?
I do trust Paul when he's out. Yes.
And what are your...
No, you don't. You don't trust me, clearly.
So hang on. What are your feelings for Paul?
I'm in love with Paul. That's why I reached out to you, because I'm trying to save our relationship. I don't want it to get to a point where you realise what you've lost when it's too late. Okay? That's not a threat. I'm just saying, because you need to understand that you're kind of being unfair to me, babe. And you have been for a while. And yeah, I love him and I kind of want to work through this, but I need him to understand and to kind of see what he's doing. And he doesn't see that.
Right. Paul, let me reverse it now. Do you trust Shona?
I do.
Really?
You do?
Yeah.
That's good.
So why can I not dance then?
No. Look, it's not just the dancing. Look, you're trying to make it look like I'm nitpicking and it's the mentality, right? So look, social media, just to stick onto that for a second, right? Okay, let's look at a case scenario whereby she posts a picture, beautiful, right? Now, if she has a comment from a guy, love struck, then if she's liking and commenting on it, oh, thanks, hun, do you think that's necessary? Answer the question.
It does depend on the reasons why.
Oh, really? Okay. Would you do that in your relationship?
I don't think it's about my relationship.
No, but answer the question.
Okay, let's get to what I'm posting. I'm not posting my bum, and I'm not posting my breasts, or I'm not posting in provocative ways. I can post a selfie and a man can comment. And bearing in mind, yeah, this could be a man I don't know, or it could be one of my male friends. Paul would have an issue with that. I will hear headache. He will tell me to delete the comment. Why are you liking it? I am friendly by nature, so again, I'm on a platform as well. I don't want to appear snobbish. I don't think there is any insult to replying to a comment that somebody has done. Quite frankly, I feel like I get more attention from social media than I do Paul. And I feel as though subconsciously that's probably what is affecting him, because he feels like, why are you giving my woman more love than I give her? Then how about you up your game?
At the end of the day, when you live with someone in the house, you've been with a person for a few years, obviously it's not every second you're gonna give them a compliment. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, on Instagram, if a person's there, chasing her down, then it's not like, okay, that makes me want to chase her down. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, what's going on? I'm gonna be a tiny bit triggered, if you know what I mean, because I'm there, I can see it. It's blatant, it's in my face.
There's no reason for him to feel the way he feels. To me, that's a little bit controlling or borderline narcissistic. And I didn't get with him like that. He knew I was on social media before. He was one of the people liking my pictures. So now, I don't know what you want. Maybe lock me in a room. Maybe I don't post or start deleting my profile.
Let me take it from here. Okay. What I got from what you just said is you want to be tamed, right?
What?
No, hold on. I'm not going to do that. Do you understand? You leave that to someone else. But what I can tell you is that all of this, you posting and entertaining other guys, it's not going to get you far.
First of all, what are you saying? What does that mean?
No, I'm just saying, you know, I'm trying to be honest.
That's not going to get me far in our situation.
Because obviously, if you think about it, if you're now equivalating love on a love struck emoji on Instagram to real life love, you've already failed.
What stupid love, babe? What stupid love are you giving me, first of all? Because I'm not equating the love struck to love. I'm just saying that. For example, we could go out for dinner and I could wear a really nice dress. Paul would not say anything. He'll take the picture at the end of the evening and I can post in that dress and people will love the dress. All of a sudden, he'll say, oh, the dress is nice, but why are they commenting? Why are they doing this? Why couldn't you say it before? To me, it's like he's probably upset because I get the attention that he's not giving me. Not that I'm equating it to love and I'm holding on to the love as if it's real. We know how social media is. It changes.
So, Paul, do you believe that you are giving Shoma the love that she wants, requires, likes?
We live together.
We're roommates.
But you know you can be in a room full of people and be lonely.
That's not the case.
So, right, so when you're together in a room, you feel that that is giving her love?
100%.
And how do you feel about that?
That's wow, isn't it? Because it wasn't always like that. I don't know what's changed, but if you feel like that's giving me love, then that's fine. What can I say?
So yeah, I'm the provider in this relationship, and most of the time I do handle the finances. Would I say it's something that I learned growing up? Not really, but it's something that I did pick up along the way, and that's how I plan to move forward.
And is that the way you like it?
Yeah, 100%. I'm pulling faces, sorry. I just think he could do a bit more as a man. You know, my expectations of Jamel is to, yes, be the provider, but then you also have to look after me as my boyfriend. Do you get what I mean? And I feel like there's been a lack of that as of recent. You know, he seems to not want to buy me certain things that I asked for.
What, expensive stuff?
Yeah, and on top of that, like, I like going to restaurants, Haksan, Sexy Fish, you know, and that's the sort of restaurants that I like to go to. Jamel doesn't really, because he's saving for a house, I guess that's the excuse he's using these days. Oh. He doesn't want to do what he needs to do as a man, as my boyfriend, as my man. What normal girl doesn't want to go Hakkasan, Sexy Fish is actually the norm. Me and my girls, before we were in relationships, we took ourselves there. So I expect my man to take me there. It's the norm. It's a no-brainer.
What are your expectations of him as a man?
Definitely to look after me, to cover me financially. I know we've only been together for a year, but you know, that's my expectation from the get-go. When I was younger, my dad used to take me everywhere I needed to go. Even when I was driving, he was still taking me where I needed to go. So that's what I expect of Jamel, just to basically be there for me as my protector, provider. And
Jamel, what are your expectations?
It's funny she says that, because I feel like I do that already. I think the question I've actually got for Deborah is, what exactly do you bring to the table?
Are you joking?
Did I start?
That's rude. That is very rude. I don't, like, should he be asking me that? That's actually rude. But I bring a lot to the table. You know that I have a 9-to-5. You know that I have a fashion business that I'm about to open.
Yeah, which I help you with.
Yeah, you help me with it. But I don't think it's right for you to say, what do I bring to the table? So are you trying to say I don't bring anything to the table?
I feel like you could just definitely do a bit more. Obviously, me leading the finances, obviously, as I said, I'm the provider. I feel like Deborah can definitely do a bit more. Obviously, I feel like she's actually anchoring me rather than both lift or elevating together.
Well, when you get the house, then maybe I could do more. But for now, the house isn't here yet.
So you don't want to do nothing else?
So I will hold up my end of the, you know, relationship, but at this present moment in time, it's up to you as a man to get us there. That's just my view.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
And that's not the way you see it?
100% not. I feel like in times like this, I feel like we should be elevating together. Like, this is the reason why we're actually in therapy right now, to actually...
Okay, so how would you like me to help you? I don't understand.
Do you even save?
We're not going to discuss about that. That's what we're not going to do. I don't want to talk about what my savings on TV, like, it's not that serious. The fact is, you're my boyfriend, and what I expect of you as my man is to provide for me at this present moment in time. Like I said, when we get married, if we get married, then we'll think about things that I need to do. But for now, you need to take us there. Like, that's just it.
I wouldn't, you see the conversation we're having now, I wouldn't be able to have it at home with Paul because he gets so heated or he dismisses me. So if I'm expressing
what you'd like him to do.
I would like you to give me some love, like some affection. Acknowledge that I'm there. Do you know what I mean? Just, I don't know what to say.
She is strolling about. This is the progress they've done. I suppose it's progress. Depends which way you look at it. Unaffordable homes in a place that needs affordable homes. Losing all the fields. Gentrification happening in the town centre. Beautiful, beautiful. But you know, I'm white. I'm somewhat close to middle class. It's not really affected me. I'm inheriting some stuff. So I should be able to get on the property ladder by the end of, at least by the shortest time end of this year, longest time end of next year. Can we get in? Want to go? Wow, no one's been down there for a while, have they? Can you get in? CC? Get in? Maybe not down that way. Let's go. They ripped up and killed everything in this field. Oh, found a little way in. Yeah, this lovely putt. And a little wander to. Wait, out. Come on, good girl. What's that? Sit down. Sit. Look at that. Beautiful white teethies. Hey, come on. Yeah. If you look at the start of my channel, you could see this entire place in a completely different way. Quite surreal looking at this change. It's like usually when you're younger things just pop up out of nowhere, just houses, people, like they just appear. You don't seem to know how they happen. But now that I live round the corner from the destruction of decent farmland, there was actually things planted here that was growing and doing well. But I mean, the grass is fighting back, but they certainly did put some, some poison down to stop it. The great thing about this though is that I get to experience a beautiful sunny day on my day off. I get to have fun around because no one wants to be anywhere near the rest of this shit. Well, not bad for her. It's good for her to have a walk, but it could be better for her to see little puppies and dogs. A couple of other dogs. You go back into my catalogue and find some other wholesome dog streams. I did have music on before, but I noticed it drains battery. Yeah, it's almost no one stream. So, you got the lovely wind hitting the microphone all the fucking time. And I'm proud to entertain you today. A bottle of water in the back for pup myself. We're going to be walking across two massive fields, possibly three, I might have miscalculated, to for a proper stream. What do you got? Probably try fucking shit down there. You can eat it if you want, I don't care. You're the one that stinks, not me. Go away from me. Go away. Get on. Get on. Let's get you in the stream. Call you off. Hey? It is actually about 21 degrees C here. But we got a nice little breeze happening. So it's kind of hiding the heat. But right. Get on. Get on. What's this? Good girl. Look at this little puppy. Cece be the name. Live and being cute be the game. Wow. We really have completely fucked up this entire mud. Like, this is just. You know, you can make the argument that there needs to be new housing, but you know, you could at least make a decent ratio of like affordable versus unaffordable housing. Can you get that? Come on. Oh, but that feels nice. Buy some little things to cover the mic up with, or maybe just wear my headphones, but I didn't know if it, I think you still get like breeze going over the mic through the CC through the headphones. Where are you? Right, let's worry about this part there. This is silly. Ducks are still just strolling down the street. Maybe from another angle. Oh, other way. Whoa! Zoom in. What you doing? Hey? Slobbery doggy. Yeah, I know. They were kind of in the way, ain't they, Beak? No, don't go down there. No, off. Good girl. No. In the way, isn't it? Go down now. No, off. Good girl. You can hear it. You can't see it. A decent place to find news, TLDR is exactly where you need to go. They are as unbiased as you can possibly find. They've got multiple channels, global, USA based, UK based, EU based. Their Patreon is really reasonably priced. I got these 2 badges practically for free. I just had to pay for postage because I've been a Patreon member since pretty much the start of the channel. You have your name at the end of the video and all that rubbish. You get to choose, vote on types of news, things that they would be interested in. They obviously choose 90% of the stuff they do, but as a Patreon member, you get given the right to cast votes on extra content, and you get obviously the videos before the rest of YouTube do. Oh, poor connection. Surprise, surprise.
Because
zoomies. There she is. Good girl. Whoa! Get up, get up, get up. Good girl. Get down, down. Get up. Oh, I love seeing her like this. Zooming away. Oh. Can't he keep up with her? Just turning around is. By the time I've turned around, she just already zoomed past. Oh, Jesus! Didn't expect that. She's a strange dog sometimes though. Like I bring a whole bottle of water with me for her with a little bowl. Refuses to drink it even when she's panting like mad. Get home and she'll drink 3 or 4 bowls of water. It's like, why wouldn't you just drink whilst you're there? Sounds like we got some crazy neighbours. They're fucking mad. Look at that pretty dog. I'm just chilling with CC dog. another poop. I'll do a one-handed poop scoop today. There she is, Poop Trooper herself. Good day. What do you think? Hey? There's something in there, baby. Hey? Ah! Now I'm wet. Go on. Fuck me, almost fell in. Good girl. Jumpy, jumpy. Go over this way. I've been this way before. For some reason, Streamlabs wasn't logging me in today, so I had to use the direct Twitch app. Bit irritating. Now we can see the lammies.
Ready for the slaughter.
Give me that meat. That's actually a nice bit of shade to take a bit of a rest in. She is on a Zoom today. Her boss is ringing her and she is all over that call. That should be in somewhere inside of a rap, shouldn't it? Some sort of rap about COVID has got to have like something about doggles, zoom in, running fast, you know. So it's something like that. It can be done. Fuck. Come on. Let's take a little rest here. Have a drink. Right. Gotta do all this fucking shit with one hand. Where are you? There it is. So this is the little bowl and bottle of water. It works really well for other dogs, but for this dog, apparently it's not good enough. This dog, this pretty little face, too much of a princess. Want some water? Oh, she does today. Any more? She looks more energetic than anything. Oh, you stupid dog. Thought maybe if I put some biscuits inside the water, she might, because it tastes like the biscuit, she might just drink it. No, okay, no, that's stupid. Quarter of the bottle, which is more than usual. Okay, let's make a move then. So that fridge freezer at home does not have any electric. Luckily our flat is not like directly in the sun at this point in the day, so it's not as bad, but it just means we can't spend like 3 hours out here with a little chair and a bite to eat. Like, I also forgot to take my hay fever tablets, which might have been a poor choice. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Zoom in for the zones. Zoom in for the happy nose. Over here is singing his little heart out. Come on, my son. Cece! Afternoon, mate. I think there's a little puppy entering the field. distance. You might not be able to see it. Like I've got loads of shit to talk about. Things have changed. Yeah? Things change, people change, you grow. I could talk for hours about that, but this is a nice street. A little sunny one. But it's the first day I've wanted to stream in a while. I don't see the point in doing something unless you actually want to do it. I'm only going to make shit content if I don't actually want to do it. That's why I don't get about these like all day streams. Cece, good girl, good girl. You. No, Cece, leave the puppy alone. I would let her go over there, but when someone's got their roughly new dog on the lead, and mine's not completely trained or trained enough to go over there and, you know, say hello but come back within seconds with me going, you know, whistling her over. Not good for the little puppy to see. Cece! Good girl, well done, well done. Sit. Going near the road now, so probably good to stick her on the lead for a little bit. There we go. Oh, the ice cream man comes just as I've got no fucking money. Brilliant. Babe, Cece, stop pulling. Hugh. No. Kiddo. Hey. Come on. And that's what an ice cream van sounds like in England. Cece, heel. How are you? Come on, heel.